Ah, and here's fabled American author Ernest Hemingway. Late as usual, Mr. Hemingway.
It'll be your funeral if you don't drop it, Twain. I was indisposed on a boat, shall we say.
Well, you would be late for your own funeral if you could be. Well, I am Mark Twain, author of such books as Huckleberry Finn and The Gilded Age, as well as many other things that I'm sure you've had to read in school.
Personally, I think that using the word book in this kind of situation is a bit inappropriate.
It's a little light, but that's all right. Well, as you know, we're here to encourage reading in summer outside of school. Did you ever finish school, Mr. Hemingway?
I finished high school, Mr. Twain, and unlike some people, I don't need fake degrees from Oxford.
Well, but what are you reading this summer?
Oh, well, I was very interested in the Twilight books. I'm rereading them before the last movie comes out. I like to read Harry Potter, and sometimes I go down to the library and see what they have on display.
Oh, sure you do. Well, you know, I was a bit partial to the Hunger Games, you know. Katniss Everdeen, there never has been a more compelling central character.
Oh, yes, she's certainly the girl on fire, but this whole business of governments forcing teenagers to kill each other, we had that back in my day, Twain. We called it the First World War.
Well, yes, we've all heard your war stories, Ernest. But any chance you're reading Huckleberry Finn this summer, perhaps?
Oh, I read it a long time ago. I thought it was a fairly all-right piece of literature, but it's not quite as good as The Old Man and the Sea, if you ask me.
Well, I mean, as much as we all love a 4-hour read about a man alone on a boat, I think I'll head down to the library and see if I can find something else to read.
Well, to each man his own.
Now, you said Twilight? I've never heard of it myself.
Well, some of us haven't been living under flat rocks for the past 100 years, Mr. Twain.
Well, you can't help it. I was writing my autobiography. Well, but I hear down at the library they've got some great books. Maybe even some graphic novels, you know, if you like reading, but you want something a little bit lighter. That still feels like a book, but it's certainly not imposing like some of my books.
Yes, and sometimes the best part of it is that you might be called upon to read something serious, like Mr. Bradbury's Fahrenheit 451.
May he rest in peace.
Indeed.
He'll be joining us soon here on the show, I think.
Indeed he will.
Well, you know, we're trying to encourage summer reading, and that is the point, you know. I mean, even if you read one book over the summer, you know, something you actually want to read, then you're ahead of the game.
Indeed.
And down there at the library, you know, I hear that they're going to have some programs, some food and prizes, all sorts of good things. But I think we have to wrap up now, Ernest. Is there anything else you'd like to say to our impressionable young readers?
Keep reading, ladies and gentlemen. It's the best thing you can do for yourself.
Literature is the common link that bonds our soul and excites our imaginations. Well put if I say so myself.
Quoting yourself is considered pretentious in respectable circles, Mr. Twain.
It may be, but we'll see. Anyway, well, remember, if you want to read books over the summer, you might find that they actually help out a whole lot in the English class. You know, even our books, Old Man and the Sea and
Huckleberry Finn,
things like that. But if you just want something exciting to read, something light, come down to the Castle and Public Library. We can help you find something. And we've got programs, of course. It doesn't cost you anything. So, I'm Mark Twain.
And I'm Ernest Hemingway, a much better author.
Well, that remains to be seen. You all can write reviews if you'd like. We'll see you later.